Hey everyone. Well, to my limited viewers, the ones that or I don't even know if I had any regular viewers, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so long story short, it's been 2 years since I've had an upload, and uh, I mean, I, it's not that I've wanted to stop uploading, it's just that I kind of ran out of time to do so. But I am wanting to get back into it, and that's partially why I'm making this video, but also to give you just an update on life in general and what's been going on. Last I uploaded was probably the summer after my senior year. Yeah, it would have been the summer after my senior year, right before I came to college. I'm in college now. I am a third year aerospace engineering undergrad with. I just recently took on a double minor, so those classes won't start until next semester, but it's something that I committed to. Um, I'm slated to graduate in December of 27. If you know nothing about STEM, statics is the big, you know, precursor class that kind of comes in and will derail your progress if you're not careful with it. And that's I think the first class that gets you to really start taking your academics seriously. At least that's what it did for me because I ended up dropping it and then having to retake it. But um, yeah, so I'm in college now, kind of knee deep in the harder classes, and I'm just doing my best right now. And I am wanting to start uploading regularly again. I guess I never I guess I just ran out of time and motivation to do so. Yeah, I'm gonna want to. I will start uploading regularly. I'll probably do more movie reviews than gameplays at this point because I mean, whenever I sit down and play video games, I don't want to do the whole setup thing. And I mean, I might delve back into it, but it really entirely depends on a few factors. But I am wanting to kind of reconnect with that old bit of myself and to start again because it was fun when I did it. But yeah, so uh, I mean, thank you all for whoever does actually watch my videos. I know I don't get a ton of views, but thanks to all who supported me through the years. It's not been an easy journey so far. I've gone through a lot of different phases in terms of my mental health in regards to college, but ultimately, aerospace is something that I'm still passionate about, and no matter how much I get knocked down, I'm still gonna get up and give it my all. So, and it's still a field that I care very much about. But in terms of my mental health, I've gone through a lot of imposter syndrome a couple times over the years. You know, to be quite frank, engineering isn't easy on the mind, and physical health wise, it's not. It makes you, or sometimes if you're not careful, it can make you isolate. And in terms of physical health, when you're isolating, you don't really feel the motivation to go and do other things, work out and things like that. So I'm doing my best now to just kind of reconnect with that old bit of myself and start doing kind of those uploads that I'm wanting to do uh, regularly. And just I feel like reconnecting with that old bit of myself is going to be a beneficial part of my journey. Something that I'm wanting to come back to. Uh, I haven't done that since I was in Korea. Yeah, because I lived in Korea for a long time. Because my dad was stationed there. We were stationed there. Yeah, but my family has since moved as of 2024. I'm now kind of just a permanent Iowa resident right now as I'm going through college. So uh, there is that, and I am yeah. So I mean, as I'm going to college and going on this journey of life, and I'm about to turn 21 this month. So that's it's a new the journey is ever new and ever expanding and ever folding. I've also had a couple revelations about my faith and things of that nature. So just a lot of new developments in my journey. I think since I've uploaded last, because I mean, 18-year-old me him and I are similar yet different in many ways now, especially with new experiences and new things that I've come across and have had the pleasure of maybe not doing but learning from. A lot of things that I've done in college, in like in terms of, I guess, my mental health that have not been very beneficial, especially like holding myself to that, like, crazy high standard, and then whenever I don't meet it, breaking down and things like that. That's part of the mental health aspect of it that I'm wanting to improve upon and kind of redefine for myself so that I don't fall into pitfalls like that, because pitfalls like that are not good for your academic performance, and one bad performance doesn't really define the entirety of your trajectory in your career. So, and it never has. I just, yeah, that's something that I'm trying to work toward getting better, and that is something that back then I struggled with, but I wasn't very honest about it because I'm, putting this on the internet for people to see. I wasn't very honest about that aspect of myself, especially in high school, because yeah, I mean, I think the first occurrence in which I dealt with something like that was in high school, and because I was punching up in terms of taking advanced classes. I was taking a calculus class, and that was, I think, the first test that I had like bombed. That was in that I did bomb in high school, and but I learned a lot from punching up in terms of like punching up and doing harder classes, is that sometimes they'll knock you down, and as long as you're giving your all, you're doing fine, and you end up learning a lot about yourself from those kinds of classes, and that's the same with engineering, especially when you get into later years of engineering. Is it kind of is something that is going to knock you down a little bit, but it's not it's your failure. I wouldn't even say that failing a test is a failure. I would say that your failure is defined by whether or not you give up and give in after that. And I haven't given up or given in these last 2 years. I'm in my third year of college, and I'm still kicking, and I'm still doing fine. And yeah, like it's a learning experience, really putting that together and putting that perspective together for yourself, especially in the field of engineering, and just punching up and doing things that are. I'm saying that a lot, but punching up in terms of the things that you're trying to do for yourself, and doing ambitious things. Ambitious things will come. It will come with failure. It will come with times where you get anxious about making it, but you will make it. This is not just for anybody who views this, but this is for for me to look back on whenever I do feel those things, is that I'm going to make it, and you're going to make it too. Whatever you're dealing with, I'm hoping that this can somewhat bring solace. Something that has brought solace to me is my faith as well, or at least it should bring more solace, but I need to focus more on it. I need to keep myself honest and accountable in terms of my faith and what I believe, because I am a non-denominational, or well, Protestant. I was raised Protestant. I don't necessarily know where my denomination lies, but I don't think it matters in that context as much. I do go to a Baptist church, or I think a church that is Baptist adjacent, something along those lines. So maybe I call myself a Baptist, but that's not the aspect that I like to focus on all that much. The aspect that I think really matters is the life impact that it's had on me. I was raised again in the faith, but I didn't really start taking it seriously until I got to college, and then I started to kind of figure out where my journey was really going and what my trajectory was, and what I actually did believe in terms of the impact of what I was doing now, but also just my worldview. I think was kind of shaped around my faith after I started to take it more seriously, and it brings forth a lot of the justification that I have for things happening around me and the way that I do view the world. So that is that being said, that is important. But yeah, I didn't mean for this update to necessarily turn into like this massive TED talk. But I think this is some important stuff that I did have to get off of my chest. And yeah, but I mean that's been what I've built upon the last few years. I'm not perfect at it, and I'm certainly trying to get better, and trying to hold myself accountable. But yeah, again, I thank you guys for just sticking around if you actually do stick around. And yeah, it's been a long couple years, but I'm wanting to do more regular uploads and see if I can, maybe not amassing a following isn't necessarily my goal. My goal is really to just reach people. Amassing a following is trying to get people to engage with your content in some way. It's not the people engaging with my content that matters the most to me. I think it's more so just reaching people who might need it as a result. So we'll see where this goes from here, but yeah, this is what I have to say, and yeah, I'll end the video here. Thank you guys